Hello? Okay. Yeah, I think that makes it. Yeah. I hate that. That's now. Hey, how's it going, guys? How you doing? Hey, hi. It's me. Hey, it's Tech Turncoat. How you doing? Ah! I wasn't sure I was gonna make, and technically speaking, I didn't make it on time. Oopsie. But I thought I was gonna have to push it to the nighttime hours, like last time. But just under the wire, I was just barely able to do it. So we're here now, and as you can see, I don't really have anything to explain to you guys. Although to be completely honest, I didn't really have the time to reread it through the entire way. I got most of the way. I finished where Shiro did this cool guy thing with progression. Yeah, but really, that's. I didn't even really have like a yapping, 10-minute yapping prepared for you like last time. So, yeah, I kind of have like a small theory, although I don't know if it really means anything, so I'm just going to keep it in my pocket for now. And I guess we're just going to go straight in, because we got... It feels like a lot of ground to cover. Less than last time, but probably a lot of ground to cover. So let's just go. Truth, anti-hero, Angramainu. That's not ominous. We reached the forest's edge faster than I expected. It's probably because I hit Ilya's guidance. I have no idea how to spell your name, Ilya. Illya? It says it's wrong. Anyway. The car I arrived in is gone. I told you to wait! I started walking to town, stopped a car, and got a lift. We're both filthy after running through a forest, making us look really suspicious. So I jumped out in front of the car to stop it, and Ilya suggested on the driver to make him pick us up. Man. Never thought I'd get a ride like this. Fucking dickhead just left us, oh gosh. Bro, what's happening? We're home, Shiro. Let's go in. We're back at my place in an instant. Sun's setting. It seems I fell asleep on the way back. Tadaimasu. The sun has set by the time I make it to the living room. It's past 7 o'clock already. Let's see, the assault was at 3 in the morning? Something like that? Or is it 3 in the afternoon? I think it was the afternoon. I don't know, whatever. Something's wrong. Time's passing by too fast. It was afternoon when I stepped into the house, so it's not possible for it to be night as soon as I step into the living room. Ilya, isn't time passing by too fast? I talked to Ilya standing beside me. But Ilya isn't there. Ilya is... The dinner was good, Shiro. Already in the living room, saying weird things. Dinner? Yeah, I was surprised you wanted to get energy before anything, but I'm glad we did. You were so enthusiastic while you were cooking. There are remnants of dinner on the table. There are dishes in the sink. Come to think of it, I do feel pretty full. It seems I really did make dinner. That's strange. Did we have this in stock? Nope. That's why we were dropped off at the shopping district to get some groceries. I looked through my memory. Well, I guess that's what happened. I see. I guess I'm talking nonsense. So, we had dinner, huh? Yeah, all that's left is to rest. Yeah, we have to rest. I'm gonna go change to my room. I need to talk, so please stay up. I'll be back right away. Ilya nods. I raise my hand in apology and leave the living room. Yeah, she knows too. Something's fucking with our boy. And the next thing I know, I'm in our room. The instant I step out of the living room, I'm on the floor in my bedroom. I wake up because of the piercing pain. Swords pierced into my chest. That's the first thing I imagine because my chest is hot and numb. It feels like my life is draining out from it. Ugh. There's no sword, of course. It's just an illusion. The left side of my chest is simply rebelling against my left arm. But I finally realize my sense of time. The intermittent scenes are... I see. It's not my sense of time that's odd. It's just that my mind is screwed up. It's not that I have no memory. I just can't record the events into my brain. I can't hold events in my mind unless I concentrate on them. It's natural that I can't remember anything that happened after I left the forest. I can't stay conscious unless I'm in pain, like now. This is bad. I frantically grasp at my fading consciousness. Unless I consciously focus my mind, Emiya Shiro will disappear. Only pain and the utmost concentration can preserve my memories. In short, I have to maintain the level of concentration I had when I was trying to insert the magic circuit into my spine. I'm stumped. I can't keep this up forever, and I don't know how long it'll work. Wait. This means I shouldn't sleep. Once I fall asleep, I won't be able to wake up. Oh shit. Once I fall asleep, Emiya Shiro will never return. Even if my body's unwounded, my mind would be scattered. I raise my body. I search through my desk. I need a small blade. Something I can hide in my right hand that'll dig into my flesh if I make a fist. I can't keep up. It's like a reverse hidden blade that the Assassin's Creed people have. Anyway, I can't keep up the concentration I have during training. I have to clench my fist every time I relax so that the pain will keep me conscious. Okay, it's not a blade. It's my due. What? Really? I found the crystal from that day. The pendant I found beside me after I was killed by Lancer. I don't know how much magical energy was originally in this, but now there's not even enough for one strengthening magic left in it. That's right. Now I can think clearly about who this pendant belongs to and who could have saved me that night. After all, she was the only other person at school at that time. I don't know why she saved me, but she wouldn't need a reason to save a life. My consciousness starts to fade away. Think about it later. I'll fall unconscious if I think about happy things and relax. Ooh. I check my condition. I resealed the seal on my left arm. I released the seal on my left arm, sorry. Put the shroud back on it, but it's only there to ease my mind. According to Kodamine, the switch would be tripped if I used Archer's arm. He said there'd be nothing I could do after that. But I can still move my body. The problem is my mind. I can stay conscious as long as I stay awake. As for projection, I can probably project 3 more times using Archer's arm. I know I can manage it once. I'm scared about the second time. The third will be fatal. I think my body will self-destruct even if my mind is still alive. I close my eyes and strain my ears. I hear creaking sounds along with my heartbeat. The thing invading my body from Archer's arm. It gets harder to suppress his reality marble the more I use his blade works. Eventually, an infinite number of blades will be created inside my body instead of outside. I don't want to imagine what'll happen. 1,000 blades will pierce my body from within, killing me instantly. It'll look pretty cool, though. Don't kid me. I won't kill myself. I'm in a hopeless condition. I accept the whole situation. I reject the facts as they stand. I won't die, and I won't self-destruct. Not waking up after I fall asleep is just a product of my frightened imagination. I'll be saved. I'll be saved once I do everything I need to. It's meaningless otherwise. I said I'll protect Sakura no matter what, so I can't just die selfishly. Hold on. Hold on for a second. When the urge to sneeze hits, I don't want y'all to hear it. I just feel kind of sensitive about it. That's right. I have to contact Tosaka first. I don't have time. I'll go to her house. I'm worried about whether Kotomine's alright, but he's not my ally anymore now that we've saved Ilya. I can't ask for his help again, but I promise to... Well, I'm already it's past 9 o'clock. I thought I came back right away, but it's been 2 hours already. Sorry to keep you waiting, Ilya. I'm gonna go to Tosaka's house, so let's go together. Rin's house? I don't mind, but why? Why? We have to meet up with Tosaka, and I'm worried about how she's doing. Kotomine said she'll heal by tonight, but I can't really trust him. If she's not doing well, I'll need to look after her. Okay, that's fine, but Shiro... Ilya points to the wall. Then... I'm glad to know you were worrying about me. As you can see, I'm alright. But if you were worried about me, I wish you to come to my house before heading off to the forest. Tosaka? When did you get here? I was here about an hour ago. I heard from Ilya what happened at the forest. Tosaka's in a bad mood. No, she's straight up angry. It seems she doesn't like the fact that I went to the forest without her. I can't help it. I thought I had to act as quickly as possible. Ilya was in serious danger. Right, Ilya? Yeah, I wasn't locked up anywhere, but I could have been taken to the Greater Grail and had my heart taken out at any time. Zoken wanted to open the gate as soon as he took control of Sakura. I'd be dead right now if Shiro and Kotomine had come a bit later. See, I wouldn't have made it if I'd waited for you. Who knows? So it'll all depend on Sakura, right? Tell me the truth, Ilya. Oh, you can tell? Yeah, there was a bit more time. Sakura's strong, so she won't easily break. I think there was about one more day to spare until she lost herself and fell out of Zoken's control. I thought so. You shouldn't pamper Shiro too much. A little strictness is just right for him. You're right. I'll be grateful if you see to that. The two criticize me. But if my time limit was a day, I don't think we would have made it even if I'd waited for Tosaka. I was faced with an important choice in the forest. But in exchange, I'm able to regain the time the three of us can spend together. I concentrate hard, since I'm starting to relax. It seems the tension faded away during the conversation. Hold on, Ilya. You said Sakura might last one more day? Then the remaining time we have is... half a day at most. No matter how hard Sakura tries, the Avenger's about to be born. Once that happens, she'll change completely. Nobody can save Sakura, and nobody will be saved. Avenger? Tosaka and I frowned at the strange word. Yes, Avenger. It's the 8th class in the Holy Grail War. It's a violation that the Einsburns summoned by breaking the rules. It's what tainted the contents of the Holy Grail. Greater Grail. It is the main body that assimilated with Sakura, protecting the shadow because it couldn't go into the outside world. It's something that should not exist, consuming humans' lives to take form. That's Avenger, an anti-hero that the Einsburns master summoned in the 3rd ritual. You know about it, Ilya? You know that the shadow is and what Sakura is possessed by? Yeah, I got information out of Sakura, so I understand what's going on. We had to do... what we had to do. What exactly you've made into your enemy. What exactly you made into the enemy. Ilya closes her eyes once. Is that resignation? Ilya sighs and then stares at us. What I'm about to talk to you about is the heart of the matter, and it's nothing that concerned you two. You shouldn't be burdened with this. Shiro, Rin, as you two are the last masters in the Holy Grail War, I shall tell you the truth. Ilya? Tosaka looks at Ilya in surprise. I do likewise. Ilya shows calmness and emptiness as if she is someone else. Hold on. That one was faster. Everything started 200 years ago. I'm gonna have to do this stupid fucking voice. No, the journey of those who seek the Holy Grail began long before that. But 200 years ago, the ritual was begun in this island. I'll start from there. The Holy Grail grants any wish. Einsburn, Mercury, and Tosaka cooperated to conduct a ritual to summon the Holy Grail. That's how the Holy Grail War came to be. A murderous battle between 7 summoned servants to determine the ownership of the Holy Grail. Mages who are chosen as masters become the hosts of the servants and kill each other until only one mage remains. That's the ostensible reason for the Holy Grail War that you two know of. Oh wait. You didn't look surprised, Rin, so you had some idea of it, huh? Somewhat. I knew all along that I was being used, but I didn't mind it too much. I'm reaping the benefits by using somebody else's system. We're both using each other. I'm not stupid enough to get angry over something so trivial. Really? Then I don't have to explain the order is reversed? How about you, Shiro? Did you already know that the process of making the servants fight is unnecessary? Well, yeah, I kind of did know. Servants are summoned by the Holy Grail. The heroic spirits are summoned to determine whether the summoner deserves the Grail. Once summoned, they make a contract with the master to stay in this world and obtain the Grail. Then they go out to defeat the other masters and servants. In and of itself, it's not really that much of a problem. But once I found out that the defeated heroic spirits are absorbed into the Grail, something felt off. Heroic spirits. Servants are only a factor in determining which master is suited for the Holy Grail. So why are they taken into the Grail after their purpose has been served? So does that mean heroic spirits are needed for the Grail War, and masters are just a tool to summon them? Right. In the ritual of the war, masters are mere receptors to summon the servants. Once they've done that, they can die at any time. The heroic spirits are the only ones needed to complete the Holy Grail. Hey, now that I'm thinking about it, by the way, I'm pretty sure Ryder doesn't have any master right now. I wonder how she's doing. Heroic spirits are pure souls separate from any time from the time axis. Though they are outside this world's logic, they can still influence it. That's the power they needed. They tried to exit into the outer world using that power. That's the real purpose of the Holy Grail in this land. The Holy Grail Wars were waged to create a phenomenon, a miracle that is still out of human reach. That is the great ritual to attain immortality that's said to have been lost by the Einspurns. Not a heroic spirit or a holy spirit, but the soul of a mere human that's fated to disappear from this world, bringing it about as an act of God. The name of the miracle is Heaven's Seal. It's the golden cup that's the third of the 5 existing sorceries. True magics. True magics? You mean those true magics? The air tenses up. Elias says the Holy Grail rituals. The Holy Grail is a ritual to perform a true magic. True magic. A divine mystery that cannot be reached with magic. An impossible phenomenon that cannot be achieved by modern people. It is the ultimate goal of every mage, and those who achieve it are called sorcerers with envy and awe. There are 5 true magics acknowledged by the Mages Association. As I'm not even in the association, I have no way of knowing, but I've heard that there are 5 sorceries. The true you know what? Whatever, I'll just say sorceries, it's easier to say. And there are about 4 sorcerers. Interesting. We're gonna name them? That'd be cool if we named them. Oh wait, so the 3rd sorcery is the materialization of the soul? Servants are materialized souls too. No, the system does use a part of the 3rd sorcery, but the heroic spirits are summoned. Servants aren't alive as part of the world or time. It's too imperfect to be the 3rd sorcery. Heroic spirits can take the form in this world with the help of sorcery as long as they have a host. Private Field is not a spell that duplicates a soul perceived in the past. It's actually a spell to make an existence of a higher dimension that can take the spirit form and still influence the physical world. It takes a soul and elevates it to the next level of life. Next step. That's certainly serious, but even though the details are different, all sorcerers are a way to reach the origin. What does that have to do with the Holy Grail? Yeah. First of all, there's only one administrated land in Japan that can activate a true magic. I know the ley line of Yuki is first class, but there's not enough distortion to connect to the origin. Right, it's not distorted enough to reach the origin. That's why you make a hole. If the path is obstructed, you have to destroy the wall yourself, right? The Holy Grail War is the process of destroying the wall. The process accumulates enough magical energy to grant any wish, but it's also a secondary matter of the Einsburn family, and it was also an advertisement to call for the masters, the sacrifices. The Einsburns only needed a giant magic circle that could store a great amount of magical energy without attracting the notice of the Mages Association. The head of the Tosaka family at the time cooperated with them. The country doesn't receive as much attention from the association, and there isn't very many first-class lands that rank next to Hazaki's land. Hey! That's fun. Fuyuki City was almost perfect, the perfect test site meeting all the requirements. You should be able to figure out the rest. There are two kinds of Holy Grails that govern the Holy Grail War. The Holy Grail in this land, and the Holy Grail Einsburn prepares. The former is the magic circle that uses the land administered by Tosaka. It is called the Greater Grail. The key to the Einsburn family prepares for each ritual is called the Holy Grail. The Greater Grail administers the system of the Holy Grail War. Holy Grail collects the souls of the defeated heroic spirits and acts as the reactor core to activate the Greater Grail. And once the Holy Grail collects enough spirits to activate the Greater Grail, it uses the heroic spirit souls to open a hole. The Greater Grail fixes the small hole created when the heroic spirits return to their original place after their roles are fulfilled. This opens up a passage to the origin that humans cannot reach. Of course, this is just the first step. Your wish isn't granted even if the hole is opened. Without the origin is too far. But the one who obtains the Holy Grail gains access to unlimited magical energy. The other side has large quantities of unused Mana? Unlike anything seen on this side, for an ordinary mage, it's nothing short of a miracle. I see. So the Greater Grail is the magic circle which serves as the foundation, and the Holy Grail is the key to activate it. The Holy Grail Wars must occur on a 60-year cycle to accumulate enough mana to summon the heroic spirits. There's no way you can carry out such a summoning with one person's magical energy. Oh shit, hold on. Never mind. The Greater Grail draws mana from the land slowly to deplete it, and once it's full... Yes, it summons the heroic spirits along with servants. Well, it summons the heroic spirits as servants. But you need an incentive to summon the heroic spirits. They won't heed your call unless you give them what they want. That's why the Holy Grail was prepared to reward them. But that's a deception from the start. The Einsburns just wanted the souls of the heroic spirits. They didn't care about their rank, they just wanted strong souls. To hide the fact, they created the Holy Grail War as a cover, then deceived the servants and masters and made them kill each other. Well, I guess that started from the second ritual. The first was conducted in a foolishly honest manner, and failed right away because the three families fought for its exclusive right. Oh wow, they're actually leaving a message. Interesting. I'll check it out later. So the rule was made starting with the second ritual. Outsiders were called and made to fight for the Holy Grail. Masters from outside the families were just an inconvenience after the servants had been summoned, so it was more efficient to have them killed in battle. It was convenient for the three families because they could legitimately kill their collaborators. Unbelievable. So the rule for masters to kill each other exists because they couldn't decide who gets ownership by talking and had to resort to violence? Jeez, this is a long voicemail, what the fuck? I'll have to check it out later. Yep, but choosing the last mage standing proved to be an even better method than expected. It's just like you. There were servants and masters that found out they were tricked. But it seems they didn't care. It's because you obtain the Holy Grail if you win. Tosaka's convinced. In short, the Holy Grail War is not a battle to obtain the Holy Grail, but a ritual to escape to the outside world. Attempts to reach the outside world. According to Hermeticism, there's a power that governs dimensional theory outside of this world. It's called the Swirl of the Origin. And it's a coordinate that's considered to be the beginning of all things. At the start and end of all creation, it's the seat of God, supporting everything and is able to create anything. It's not that I really care, though. My father would have understood what a big deal it is, but it doesn't really concern me. What's possessing Sakura is much more important to me than how it started. We don't have a time. That's something I'll need to check out later. What's possessing Sakura is much more important to me than how it all started. Okay, can we get back to talking about Angramanu? Ilya, I don't care about the real purpose of the war. It has nothing to do with us, just like you said. More importantly, tell us about that thing you mentioned earlier. It has nothing to do with us. We're talking about true magic here, and the third sorcery at that. It's the taboo of all taboos that's been kept secret, even within the association. If you're a mage, you can't ignore something like this. I can't. Man, what are you thinking, Tosaka? This isn't the time to be talking about something that can't succeed anyway. Can't succeed? What are you basing that on? Hey now, I don't know why, but the Holy Grail War has never had a victor. That means there's something wrong with the ritual. First of all, how do you explain what's happening to Sakura? If the Holy Grail is a path to reach true magic, does that mean Sakura is that because of sorcery? Maybe I convinced her because she shut her mouth. So Ilya, why did the Holy Grail War turn out like this? But I mean, it said there's something in the Grail. So is it that Avenger thing? And he's not in the Holy Grail, Sakura or Ilya, but the magic circle you called the Greater Grail. Could have mean he would know, wouldn't he? He's a mage tainted by Avenger just like Sakura. He already knows what's inside the Grail. Yeah? Kiryu and Sakura are the same? That's right. This concerns you too. This is about what Zoken's trying to obtain. What's changing Sakura, what's hiding in the Holy Grail, and what's tainting the souls of the heroic spirits. Its class name is Avenger. The heroic spirit that's about to take a living form through the power of the Holy Grail. A successful example of the third sorcery. What? What was that? Well, what was all that about sorceries not having to do with this? It does concern them. No, Avenger's materialization isn't sorcery carried out by the Holy Grail. From the start, it's a heroic spirit with that specific attribute. It can take form within the Holy Grail because it's Avenger. The Holy Grail merely summoned an Avenger that can use the third sorcery, so it doesn't mean that the Greater Grail used the third sorcery. So in short, it's a monster that can materialize? It's someone who can embody the third sorcery even if Greater Grail doesn't? Yes, it all started during the third ritual. The first one was a failure. Ironsword was defeated quickly in the second war, and in desperation they summoned a spirit that specialized in killing. They used an old scripture, foreign folklore they obtained as a catalyst to summon the worst evil possible. They summoned what they shouldn't have summoned to kill all the other masters, to activate the Greater Grail, but to keep all the achievements to themselves. The spirit's name is Angramanyu, the murderous anti-hero that embodies every curse in this world. Angramanyu? Hold on. Angramanyu is the name of the ancient Persian devil. It's the embodiment of evil, the greatest devil in Zoroastrianism. It fights a 9,000-year battle against Ahura Mazda, the vector of human goodness. Christianism is a story mainly about a battle between these two gods. It's the first religion to come up with the doctrine of duality, the angels and the devil. But the story contains no hero named Angramanyu. First of all, how can someone crowned with the name of the King of Devils become a heroic spirit? That's not possible, Ilya. The Holy Grail can only call on heroic spirits, and you don't need the Holy Grail if you can reproduce phenomena on the Divine Spirit level. No. First of all, there can't be a heroic spirit with the name Angramanyu. Even if there was, it'd be a nameless evil spirit that left no mark on history. Even if it was summoned, its soul would be compatible with the Holy Grail. Ilya, what did the Ainsworn's master summon? I said Angramanyu, Rin. He was certainly nameless and not a devil, but a hero with the name Angramanyu did exist. Yes, the story takes place a long time ago, insanely long ago, in a very small world. It was a hero that lived in a small, nameless village. I don't know how distorted their doctrine was. I don't know what led them to that idea, but they lived cleanly and righteously in accordance with their precepts. People are supposed to value goodness, protect the light, and live virtuous lives. For these people, segregated from the rest of the world, this supplication was absolute. It was probably the only source of human pride they knew. Yeah. The people in the village earnestly wished for everyone to live in peace, so everyone could be free from malice and live pure, upright lives. They renounced such human concerns as hunger, conflict, love, and hate. They were proud to be worthy of God's blessing. But it was impossible. People can't be freed from malice just through clean, righteous living. From the moment they are born, there is evil in us. You must take certain measures if you want to separate evil from yourself. And those measures were taken. They came up with a way to save not just their small village, but the whole world. It is hard to make everyone do good, but you can prove everyone's good. You just need one person. If one person embodies all the evils of the world, the rest of the people cannot be evil, no matter what. They seriously believe in such a simple, childlike theory. And one young man was chosen as a sacrifice. They captured him, carved every cursed word onto his body, forced every sin imaginable upon him, and held him responsible for all the evils in the world. That's all. A small world, but an ultimate evil was born in this one complete world. The people cursed, scorned, feared, yet adored this man. They believed they were pure and righteous, since all the world's evil was within him. They seriously believed it'd save everyone in this world and created a devil. To demonstrate human goodness, they continuously tortured one man until he went insane. No, they would not allow him to die until he succumbed to old age. The name of the devil that corrupts men. He was given the name Angramayu and was irrationally hated by everyone in the world. I don't know if he really did turn into a devil during the process, but everyone in his village believed him to be so they treated him accordingly. They hated and feared him, but he was the proof of their goodness. They revered him as their sign of their salvation. He was the object of everyone's hate, but he saved people. His existence pardoned every one of their evil deeds. Through his method was unusual, he'd still save people. He became a hero for the villagers. And the hero was born. Hated by people, using his cell, someone who transformed into exactly what they wanted, a helpless sacrifice that came to represent all the world's evil. That's the anti-hero, Angramainyu, an ordinary person without any special talent that was determined to be all the evils of the world. The king of devils that approves of all 6 billion evils in Zoroastrianism. He's a curse made by a concept of ancient people. Haley finishes her story with no sign of bitterness or contempt. Anti-hero. Who didn't mean to introduce me to the term when the war started? But if Ilya's story is true, the guy who turned into Angramainyu is still burdened with all the sins. It's because of his reasons of existence. A heroic spirit who's had 6 billion sins pushed onto him. If a guy like that is summoned, all that'll happen is a big massacre. It'd only be natural for him to hate people, and first of all, everyone around him established him to be the devil, the evil. Angramainyu. So the man's using Sakura to take revenge on the people. No. Carry out the role people pushed onto him? So, I understand the story of Avenger, Angramainyu. But why is he in the Holy Grail? He's just an ordinary person, right? Even if he's given a devil's name and treated like one, he's still just a human. That wouldn't turn him into a monster capable of eating the entire town. Yeah, Angramainyu is a human. He was just an ordinary man, but was forced to become a heroic spirit, so there wasn't any problem originally. The Einsburn family summoned Angramainyu in the Third War, so the summoned heroic spirit was weak. The anti-hero was defeated in the early stage of the war, and the Holy Grail took him in. The master of Einsburn grieved how this ordinary human could be a devil that destroys the human world. Yes, the heroic spirit is merely human, a human that cursed the world, a human who everybody wanted to represent their evil. So he had no power, he was merely constructed by the people around him. Everything reversed the instant he was taken in by the Grail. The Holy Grail grants wishes. When defeated, servants are reduced to raw magical energy and are taken in by the Grail to await their release. They lose their individual personalities and stay in the Holy Grail as an omnipotent power. Angra Mainyu was different. He was a heroic spirit that others wished for. He was intended to be evil, regardless of his personality. No way. Could he? Yes. The Holy Grail grants every wish. He was a mere human, but he wasn't treated as one, so he was an embodiment of people's wishes. So, the instant Angra Mainyu was taken by the Holy Grail, the Grail accepted a wish. An existence that should not be. The heroic spirit constructed from people's selfish wishes was finally given flesh within the wish-granting Grail. 500 years under the Makiri and 1,000 under the Ironsburn are nothing. After all, he's an ideal human that has been wished for since the Age of Gods over 2,000 years ago. That's what that shadow is. He had finally obtained form as a heroic spirit. Angra Mainyu used servants' colorless magical energy to embody all evils of the world, wanting only to be evil. It slowly matured with an ability to curse all 6 billion people. Then what? Conscience of the Holy Grail have already been tainted by him? The wish the Holy Grail grants is already determined and the 4th War took place only to store up the magical energy needed to give him form? Yes. I didn't know how much Kiritsugu knew about this servant called Angra Mainyu. But believing the shadow leaking from it to be dangerous, he destroyed the Holy Grail. And his course of action was right. No matter what the previous Angra Mainyu was, the Angra Mainyu that formed inside the Holy Grail is real. It will become the greatest evil in the world, a devil that'll kill every human being alive. But thanks to Kiritsugu's resolve, Angra Mainyu was left unborn within the Greater Grail. Tonemina and Sakura perceived parts of it. Zilka must have known that a servant was about to be born in the Holy Grail. That's why he implanted a piece of it in Sakura, creating a link between her and that servant. He's made Sakura a master so that she can control the servant once it emerges. No matter what Angra Mainyu is, he's still a servant. No servant, no matter how strong, can disobey his master. That's Zilken's plan. He wants to use Sakura to obtain Angra Mainyu. Hold on. Does that mean Sakura has a contract with this servant Avenger? Are you serious? Even if Sakura controls Angra Mainyu that way, she can't resist the taint of the magical energy. He's already changed that much when Angra Mainyu is still inside the Holy Grail, so her personality will disappear completely when it comes out. But being a master won't matter. That's fine. Zilka isn't worried about Sakura's personality. What matters to him is her body and its connection to Angra Mainyu. He's planning to take over her empty body after her personality disappears. I don't think you know, but Zilken can take over anyone's body as long as the worm bearing his soul exists. That's how he stayed alive until now. From the start, Sakura was just a body to eventually possess. Then, what? The thing possessing Sakura. If what's changing her is a contract with a servant... Zilken kidnapped me, probably because he didn't want to let Sakura open the gate. He wanted me to take the role of the Holy Grail, allowing him to take over Sakura's body when she became Angra Mainyu's master. I guess he plans to take over Angra Mainyu in time, since the soul-given flesh is a living example of the third sorcery. It's like speaking ill of a perfect god because you're a human with desires. The definition of God's creation. It's something that made from people's wishes, but not affected by people's intentions. Well, I bet any god will turn into a devil if it reflects Zilken's personality. That must be why Katamine considered him his enemy. I get it. That's enough, right, Shiro? Huh? Tosaka's voice brings me back to the present. It's not huh. We know our enemy, we know Zilken's intention, but we don't even need to talk about the rest. We don't need to talk about the rest, huh? I guess she is right. What's in the Holy Grail? The disaster from 10 years ago will repeat it if he comes out. No, that'd be an understatement. He'll kill countless people if we let him be. Yeah. Sakura's creation will take many lives. I can't allow that. But I have to stop it. I have to make whatever sacrifices I can to keep Sakura from being burdened with more deaths. Stop, I'll remind you. We have to end the war before he emerges from the Holy Grail. I get to understand now. We have to fight and win. There's only two ways to do this. Kill Sakura, I'll remind you's master before he comes out, or destroy the Greater Grail before he comes out. The former is the more certain method. Sakura and Zoken will surely get in our way if we try to destroy the Greater Grail. We won't be able to do it without defeating them. So it's easiest to defeat Sakura. Yeah, fight Sakura and separate her from Angra Mainyu. That's the easiest way, and the plan's easy to understand. Oh? Oh, wait, no. Yeah, fight Sakura and separate her from Angra Mainyu. That's the easiest way, and the plan's easy to understand. Oh? You have no problem with going after her? It's the only thing we can manage right now. If Angra Mainyu is what Ilya says it is, it's not something humans can match. We lose the instant it comes out. Then we have to take the quickest and surest route. More importantly, Tosaka, I don't mind fighting, but do you know where Sakura is? That's not a problem. If Ilya's right, there's only one place the Greater Grail can be. Right, Ilya? Yeah, you're right, Rin. Angra Mainyu is about to be born, so Zoken is, at the Greater Grail. Decorated ley line. The origin that was chosen by the three families 200 years ago. Angra Mainyu is being conceived in the large cavern underneath the Ryudo Temple. Under Ryudo Temple. That's where Sakura is. That's where we'll be heading. The place where the Holy Grail War will end. I'm just having a thought, by the way. I'm gonna continue to interrupt this throughout the intermittently, but probably a reason, probably not the sole reason, but a pretty good reason why they killed Aster first was her noble phantasm could destroy contracts. If what is needed for the plan to fall through is Sakura to be no longer contracted with Avenger, they probably could have used that on her and just the Smashbots were done. And like, they also probably wanted to secure the Ryudo Temple just to make sure that they had access to the Greater Grail. But at the same time, like, this would have been so much easier if we could have just used... Anyway. I take a deep breath and allow my tense mind to slightly relax. The cold pendant in my hand settles my thoughts. Fighting Sakura. Tosaka wasn't lying. It's just that our methods are different. Tosaka must intend to finish a war by killing Sakura. That went by too fast. No. But I'll end the war by saving Sakura's life. My body trembles. The house is beset by pressure, making the air feel like water. And... Sakura! The instant we realize the pressure is coming from the shadow, we run out to the yard. We go out into the yard. The whole world is covered by the shadow. My entire body is numb with fear. The black shadow standing in front of us. It can crush this house. The difference in our power is obvious. It is transfigured to an extent that's unlike anything I've ever seen. The black shadow does nothing. It's not Sakura, but a shadow shaped like her. The real Sakura is under the Ryudo Temple. The thing in front of us is a virtual image. So you're sending the shadow instead of showing up by yourself? You've gotten angry during the short time you've been away. Does she not hear Tosaka's provocation? Or does she not hear anything at all? Wavering in the moonlight, her shadow looks lonely. Her eyes look at me. Senpai. Weak as if she'll reply, like always, if I just reach out. But I don't. What I must do is determined. I can't say anything to her, as doing so would weaken my resolve. She looks away. After hanging her head for a moment. Forgot to find her voice again. Did you hear the whole story from Ilya's film, Nissan? She confronts Tosaka with a cold voice. Yeah, I heard about what's possessing you and the abilities of what's about to be born from the Holy Grail. So, Sakura, let me ask. Do you have any intention of cutting ties with Angra? Tosaka's voice is the same, completely cold, showing no concern for Sakura. No, I said the weak meat disappeared, didn't I? I was able to obtain this power and I don't intend to let it go. I couldn't even if I wanted to. That is how Mato Sakura has to live from now on. I see. Then one more thing. How complete is the servant you're boasting about? Lilia said it's coming out soon, but what do you have to say as the mother? Is it already born? Of course not. When that happens, this town will be consumed in a second. I can't allow that. Senpai's still here. So I won't let him out as long as I still exist. Oh, so there's no reason for us to hurry, huh? So what, you're going to keep Angra inside as long as Shiro's with me? That's good, Shiro. Sakura seems well enough. Don't be ridiculous. You should know how much longer I'm going to last. Please run away with Senpai. I won't last long. I don't know when I'll disappear. I might only be able to hold out for one night. So I'm warning you before that. Oh. Nissan, please take Senpai and run far away. Then I can be at peace and take his life with mine. Sakura said she's going to kill him using her life. Tosaka trembles a bit. Is that because she believes her, or...? You don't know when you're going to disappear, huh? You're wrong. You just don't know when you'll run out of patience. Nissan. Oh well. I don't know how you're going to kill Angra, but you can kill yourself without hesitation if I run away with Shiro. You'll kill the servant within the Holy Grail along with you, right? Yes. So please run away. I don't want to see you. I won't want you to see me change. It's fine as long as Senpai gets away. So, please don't come after me anymore, Senpai. She's desperately begging us. Sakura's shadow can kill us right now, but it asks for salvation by letting us go. But I can't answer her wish. I can't leave Sakura and run away, nor can I let her kill herself along with Angra. And we'll go there. We'll go and kill you for sure. Oh, sorry. Tosaka breaks away from her sister. It was Tosaka speaking. Never mind. What? What did you expect? At Tosaka's mage, I can't ignore you. And he can't believe you if you say you'll kill yourself. Don't you get it, Sakura? You're not making any sense. You want to kill, but you're telling me to run. Jeez. You're trying to act like a good girl because you're in front of Shiro. What? Oh, you can make a good face. That's just what you should have done from the start. So is that all? Then get lost. You don't have to hurry since we'll see you right away. Look, Sakura, I'll kill you with my own hands. Tosaka declares with a voice that even contains kindness. The shadow wavers, after freezing on the spot like a statue. Yes, I'll be waiting for you, Nissan. It smiles violently and disappears. Dangerously. The shadow covering the house recedes. The shadow... Oh. Tosaka and I are the only ones remaining in the yard. I get dizzy. I thought it was concentrating, but it seems I was agitated after seeing Sakura's image. It seems Sakura's not the only one that's running out of time. Shiro, you heard what Sakura said, but what are you going to do? If you want to run, I won't stop you. But if you do, that'll be after you project the gem sword. You don't have to confirm with me. I won't run away, and I'll somehow project this gem sword. We're cooperating, right? Then I'll follow up by doing things you can't do. I see. That's good, but do you understand, Shiro? Coming with me means killing Sakura. Same goes for the gem sword. We're going to prepare a weapon that I will use to kill her. Yeah. The gem sword thing is contradictory. But Sakura is out of our control, and projecting the sword is a promise we made. If projecting the sword means we can match Sakura's shadow, then it's something we definitely need to do. Oh, so... Yeah. I'm taking the opposite measure. If you're gonna end this war by saving Sakura, I've decided to be Sakura's superhero. Even if letting Sakura live means killing everyone else? We don't know that yet. There should be a way to save Sakura and not let there be any more victims. I don't know about that. Sakura's already killed many people. Is it justice for you to save such a person, Shiro? Your inquiry is decisive. A sin I can't talk myself out of. She puts it into words and finally... That's right. I'll protect her even if she's not human. I'm going to protect her from everything, including the part of her that wants to kill me. That's all I want to do. That's what it means to be someone's ally, right? I'm able to tell her what I think. Jeez, you really can just come out and say it. I nod back, feeling no shame. I see. Well, I knew there was no point in arguing with you, but I didn't think it'd be this far. You beat me. Huh? Where are you going, Tosaka? I have to go prepare for the battle. Sakura gives us that warning because she really doesn't have time to spare, so I have to go get ready quickly. That's true, but we were talking. We're done talking now. In short, you're gonna save Sakura as long as you're still alive, right? Fine. Do as you want. I'm not gonna say anything now. Go struggle to your heart's content. Where did her nervousness go? Osaka looks angry now. Don't get me wrong. This is an exchange for making the gem sword. I'll leave you in charge of Sakura as long as you're trying. I won't do anything until you can't move anymore. That's good, right? You might be able to save Sakura if you try hard enough. Tosaka leaves with that. The uneasiness in my chest goes away. We're thinking oppositely, but Tosaka still wants to save Sakura. Then I can entrust her with Sakura. We both like her, so Tosaka should be able to save her. It's 10 o'clock. Tosaka said we'll prepare for battle and go to the Ryudo Temple before the day changes. Well, I'm gonna have you protect the gem sword, but how do you feel? Can you protect it while suppressing Archer's arm? Oh, I see. Illy hasn't told her I took the shroud off. Well, yeah. Oh, that's good to hear. Then the rest is up to you, Shiro and Ilya. The Azoth sword, which is as close as we're going to get to the gem sword, Shiro's projection, and Ilya's support. We might not be able to replicate it, but if it goes well, we should at least be able to reproduce half of its original ability. Tosaka hands me a dagger. Ooh. Oh, it says Azoth on the thing. That's cute. The dagger is a ritualistic equipment. It might be something she favors as it looks well used. Not only that, even an amateur can tell how much magical energy is stored in this thing. Well, it's nothing compared to the shadow, but it's still 100 times more than my magical energy capacity. This is amazing. You got something like this up your sleeve? Of course it's amazing. I used all the jewels I had, which contained 10 years worth of magical energy. Tosaka sulks, like she didn't want to use them. She seems generous, but maybe she's really stingy when it comes to money. That aside. But is it really okay, Tosaka? You don't have any left for yourself that you've used... If you've used something that You don't have any left for yourself if you've used everything you have, right? I know you're still not fully recovered, so can you still fight? Well, I can manage to move around, but I haven't healed to the point where I can use magic again. Wait, then... You don't need to worry. It's fine as long as you can protect the gem sword. The sword has absurd powers such that even have stopped the falling moon. Well... I don't get what she means, but Tosaka has great confidence. Well, she's so sure of herself, I guess that won't worry either. Let's start, Shiro. It'll take a long time to protect the sword, even for you. We'll have to get started or the date'll change. You're right. Now let's go back to your room. If we're not someplace where you can relax, our chances are lower. I don't know that I want to relax. Tosaka heads to the living room. Oh, but hold on. We'll do projection in this bed. And you want to be alone with Ilya while I do it, so you can wait in your room. And I want to be alone with Ilya while I do it, so can you wait in your room? There you go. I'm like fumbling today, guys. Why? I have to be there in case something happens, right? There's no need. It's a bother if you're there. Shiro gets distracted easily, so we might fail if you fall and get his attention when it counts the most. Hey, that's rude, Ilya. Tosaka complains with a sour look. She's not arguing back, maybe because she can't deny the possibility that she'll screw up at a crucial moment. Alright, then I'll wait outside the shed. Is that alright, Ilya? I guess it can't be helped. That's the biggest compromise we can make. Rin, don't come in until I tell you to, if you want us to reproduce the gem sword. I'll call for you if something's about to happen, so please stay outside until then, no matter what. You're being persistent. I said I understand. I won't come in even if I hear Shiro scream. It doesn't really matter, but I wish you'd picked a better example. Well, let's go, Shiro. Ilya goes into the shed. I said to ask Tosaka something before I follow. Tosaka, can I have this sword? You're gonna be projecting using that. The Azoth sword will go away once the gem sword's projected. Yeah, you can have the gem sword, so don't you have this in return? See, this might break if I fall. I can't concentrate thinking about how you might get angry if I break this. Fine. You can have the Azoth sword if that'll help you relax. Thanks. I'll do my best. I shut the door. I can't let Tosaka see this. I'm sure she won't stop me now, but she'll definitely feel responsible. But to smooth this out, I have to tell her I used it after everything is over and get retroactive approval. Are you ready, Shiro? You've released Archer's arm already, so I don't need to explain the steps, right? I nod. Ilya tells me to sit down, and I do so. But Ilya, I can only project what I've seen, or what Archer made. I have no information on the gem sword. I can't project it even if we have the blueprint and a dagger that's just like it. I know. Well, first off, you come inside my memory. I haven't seen it either, but the record of the gem sword is in me. Tosaka's great master was there when the Greater Grail was made. I'm sure the sword was there at the time. Well, will you? Just close your eyes. I'll keep your body here and send your mind somewhere else. We did this before. I'll send your vision into my memory, so analyze the gem sword there. I'll release your left arm once you're inside. You'll be hit by the pressure of 200 years and the evasion from your arm at the same time. Brace yourself and try to finish the projection as fast as you can. Ilya's voice is trembling. Her arms are as well. I'll take you to the gem sword, so you just need to hold your breath. Clear your mind and don't look at anything unnecessary. You just need to draw out his Zeltretch. Space lips. Is it because my senses are within her memory? Or is it because my left arm is released? There's no pain. The cognition of pain doesn't matter now. I'm swallowed by my injury. I'm falling into a swirling maelstrom of pain. I don't know where I am. I don't know who I am. I don't know what it means. It's a large circuit. Multi-layered crests are carved on a bare rock that's over 50 meters in radius. It's like a large observatory rotating by itself in the deserts of Arizona. It's weirdly specific, but okay. Hey! The circuits cover the area in many layers. The geometrical figures turn in place. A white lady stands in the center of the beautiful spider's nests. Her name is Justiz. Justiz Littrich von Einsburn. Littrich von Einsburn. She's the mage that devised the Holy Grail War. The great mage who was called the Winter Saint, a mage accompanied by Makiri Zoken and Tosaka Nagato. The Greater Grail is activated. Justiz becomes the key, reenacting the ancient sorcery. Yes, the Holy Grail is just a Holy Grail without her. Her will is needed for Heaven's field. The old man knows as well as Mikiri and Tosaka do that the Holy Grail is a mere wishbringer. My vision narrows. The world expands. I concentrated on something needless. I did so my body was ripped in half. The world is too big for this small body. I'll eventually see nothing. The process behind this 200-year-old ritual doesn't matter. There's only one thing I need to look at. I concentrate on the man standing in front of the Holy Greater Grail. I concentrate on the dagger in his hand. That's the original. A ritual dagger with a jeweled blade. A kaleidoscopic gleam sears through my eyes and into my brain. I understand the instant I see it. I understand that I can't comprehend it. All I can imitate is its shape. I can't analyze its structure and project it. What kind of magical theory was it constructed with? The old man's dagger is still a mystery, even if I use Archer's arm and every last piece of knowledge in the heroic spirit Emiya. It's alien technology. The old man is embodying general knowledge from a far future beyond the reach of modern man. I'm repelled. I can't be repelled. I can't reach it. If not reaching is unforgivable. Reach out. Reach out. Reach out. My eyes are burned out. My brains are burned out. I extend my left arm for dozens of meters. Extend, extend, extend. Stop! Come back, Shiro! I hear Ilya's voice. But I'm not there yet. I don't even have my fingertips on it. I can't back out now. How can I back out after seeing that miracle? The ultimate one. Give up. Do you want to disappear, Shiro? There. Get there. Get there. Get there. Shiro. Did I jump myself, or was I pushed back by something? I'm flying and I land on my back. Ah! My left arm. Pain. My tongue. My fingers. Trembling. Stay out. Trap. Big knife stabs me from the side. It's so uncomfortable that I repel the one wielding it. Ah! Ouch! Oh. And I realize I just punched Ilya. Ooh! I'm sorry, Ilya. She pats dust off of herself and gets up. Good. I guess she's not hurt. I told you not to look at unnecessary things, you idiot! Jeez, I'll let you off the hook this time since it paid off, but I won't forgive you if you disobey me again. She points at my face as she scolds me. Wait. Feeling something in my left hand, I look down. I managed to project it. It's projected, but it doesn't seem like the one I saw. First of all, I don't feel any magical energy in this thing. Tosaka's Azoth sword is many times better than this, and its blade wouldn't cut paper. Yep, I have a lot to complain about, but thanks to your hard work, Shiro. Your projection was perfect. You showed me a flawless blade works. I don't know, but is this any good? Looks kinda crappy. That's fine as is. The sword is an extraordinary demonic sword that can only be used by Schweinjorg's lineage. Well, I guess it's fate. Sakura is receiving the projection of the third, and Rin is going to try and use the second. It wouldn't end up as a mere investigation if the association were here. Every department would be running in to put them on trial. Ilya laughs. Wow. So this dagger's that cool? Yeah, to be more accurate, it's a multi-dimensional refractory phenomenon. Gem sword, Kicher Zelchich Schweinjorg. Those are words. It's called Gem Sword Zeltrech, and it's the old mage's favorite sword, and Tosaka's heirloom. But the sword wasn't passed down the Tosaka line, just the blueprint. It's an assignment from the sorcerer that the Tosaka mages must pursue for a long, long time. Assignment from a sorcerer. Wait, the Great Master Tosaka was talking about was the sorcerer? Yeah, but Zeltich is an oddball among the sorcerers in that he still associates himself with the world, so I'm sure he has other apprentices. I don't think Zeltich is in this world, but he might show up once when he's capable of making the gem sword by herself. He's not in this world, but might appear all of a sudden? Isn't he just a wanderer that likes to travel? Whoa. I let my guard down. I get dizzy. Clench my right fist, feel the pendant digging into my torn flesh to keep my consciousness. I steady my breathing so Ilya doesn't notice. My limbs. Still feel my limbs. Good. Thought I'd lose something if I used projection, but I'm not missing anything yet. My head's still working. The biggest proof is that I can check my condition. I should be able to use one more projection. No. To use it. I have to save Sakura in a way different from Tosaka. Archer's arm will make up possess. So, means, in short, the sorcery, parallel worlds. So his nickname, Kaleidoscope. Tosaka? Can't understand her. It's not that I can't hear her, she's just speaking in a language I don't understand. It's German, buddy, don't worry. She's talking some strange language and holding something dangerous in her left hand. Tosaka's holding a sword I've never seen before. Never seen before? That can't be. I projected it, I think, that sword just now. My left hand is empty, so that must mean I hit it to Tosaka. Shiro? Sorry, Shiro? From... Was the projection? I get a chill. My memory is vague. I can't recall anything. My understanding of the details don't match up. I clench my right hand. My eyes finally focus in exchange for dripping blood. Tosaka. I get up. My limbs are light compared to my disconnected head. They're so light that I think they might be empty inside. It's not Tosaka. Ilya and I went to test it out, so you should rest. Wait, what's with your hand? Tosaka grabs me. Her speeding is surprisingly slow, but... Huh? Why do you have this? My mind isn't working, and she has a hold of my hand before I know it. Tosaka's looking at the pendant in my palm with astonishment. I don't know why she's surprised, but I have this because... Shiro, why do you have this? And are you crazy holding it this tight? Why? I just have it as a charm. This is something I picked up. Why did I pick it up? It's something I shouldn't forget, but I can't remember. The stranger on my left arm knows what it is better than I do. It's something important. I have to have it on me until the end. Words that are not mine come out of my mouth. Shiro, I also have that pendant. Huh? Tosaka takes out a pendant from her pocket. It really is the same. It's a simple design for a jewel user like Tosaka, but I think something simple like this brings out her beauty. Wow, they are the same. I nod back. No, mine's empty, but there's still a bit left in yours. It's not significant, but I'm sure there's a meaning behind the usage of it. Keep it. It might come in handy. Tosaka puts her pendant away and walks off with Ilya. But hey Tosaka, where are you going? I need to talk with Ilya. I'll let you rest for an hour, so stay in your room. And I'll get seriously mad if you don't treat your hand right away. Tosaka's bad temper borders on outright hostility. It takes Ilya, who follows her without a word. Oh. Well, I guess I'm saved. I have to figure out what happened to me before I start moving around. Still conscious. I can figure out the situation if I don't let my guard down. So, why am I here? I think about why I'm here in the shed. Sakura's warning. She wanted us to run, but Tosaka said she'd fight. Then... That's right, we have to go beneath the Ryoto Temple. So why am I lying in the shed when we have to go to the Ryoto Temple? I'm on the ground. I realize that I'm inside the shed. My right hand is hurting. Thanks to that, my consciousness is back. Damn it! Hold yourself together, idiot! I get up and check how my limbs are doing. Don't lose spirit. I'm certainly losing something at a hopeless speed, but it's not fatal. At the very least, I should be able to fight normally until the day dawns. You look terrible. Don't you recognize me, Shiro? I quickly turn around. In the back of the shed, shrouded in darkness that just beyond the moon's reach, there stands a servant in black. Ryder, you... Yes, I was watching you. My mission is to protect you, but Sakura is my master. So long as she's the one trying to harm you, I can offer you no assistance. That is why I did not help you in the forest. It is your own fault to be attacked by Berserker. Ryder explains lightly. She speaks without emotion. It seems that she is waiting for me to be alone. I see. Then you came here to... kill you. You and your allies are Sakura's enemies. Thus, I cannot let you meet her. She's holding a nail-like dagger. I feel her hostility creeping up my spine. Ryder's serious. I... give her the answer to her last question. She once asked me... What was it? Remember. It was... Will I be on Sakura's side until the very end? That's right. She asked me under the starry sky if I'll be on Sakura's side until the very end. The words I couldn't say to her back then. I can tell her now with confidence. Ryder, I understand how much you care for Sakura. You're stopping me now because Sakura will suffer if you let me go, right? Yes. Are you still going to kill Sakura in spite of that? I'm not going to kill her. I'm going to save her. Ryder, I'm going to protect Sakura until the very end. I'm going to choose Sakura no matter what. So please, lend me your power. Tosaka and I can't do this alone. If you care for Sakura, please help us. Is that your answer to my question from the other day? I nod. Very well. But I will not fight unless there's a chance to win. What do you expect of me, Shiro? What I expect from Ryder. There's only one thing. Ryder's the only one out of all the servants that can oppose Saber's Noble Phantasm, Sakura's strongest card. I have some questions before that. Can you still use your Noble Phantasm? Yes. Sakura still supplies me with magical energy. Alright, next question. Servants still spirits even if they take physical form? So you can't hurt them with the normal weapons. Let's see. A normal servant would be able to nullify them, but those consumed by Sakura are another matter. Having received bodies from Sakura, they cannot return to spiritual form. Strong magical weapons should be able to penetrate through their shadows. I see. That's decided. There's a chance of victory, and the roles are clear. Ryder, I want you to beat Saber one-on-one. Be specific. I whisper in her ear. I know nobody's listening, but just making sure. I see. I can definitely penetrate her guard with that. It's a pure contest of power. Nothing is left to chance. Right? Well, if there is a problem, it's your skill and my trust in you. I nod. Ryder puts a finger to her mouth, thinking. Fair enough. I shall trust you and accept you as my temporary master. She agrees with a smile that takes me by surprise. The clock strikes midnight. It's 12 o'clock, the promised time. I wrap the Azoth sword with cloth and tuck it into my arm. It's my only weapon. The only other thing I'm taking is the pendant. Shiro, Rin's calling for you. She's waiting outside, so she wants to meet up there as soon as you're ready. Elia's gonna stay here. Partly because Zokin's after her, but also I'm having her stay here because she's my hope. I see. So she's out there, huh? Yeah. She looked like she wanted to come quickly, so she'll probably scold you again if you don't hurry. I nod and get up. There's no pain in my left arm now. It's just that my human functionality is eroding. I can't tell what I'm doing if I stand still. Then I'm going. Be careful, Elia. See you, Shiro. Please come home with Sakura and Rin before the day breaks. I wave goodbye to her and leave. The house is dead quiet. 10 years. Many things happened here, and I have made a lot of memories. That just happened recently. A morning scene that was a part of my life for a year and a half. The shed is dead quiet. It's my small workshop that I frequented like my room. Here I trained hard every night, hoping to be like Kiritsugu. She'd wake me up from time to time when I slept in. It feels like it happened long ago, but even I remember how the air smelled. The room is dead quiet. A room that was only used for the past couple of days. I don't have many memories here. Only Sakura comes to mind. Man. I sigh and lean against the wall. I can't remember. I can't remember what happened in this house or all the things I did. Still, Sakura's face comes to my mind just by walking to these places. Wow, she really means a lot to me. My consciousness is fading and my memory is a mess. The 10 years in this house are ambiguous in my head. But I can still remember. I can clearly remember Sakura, no matter what part of me goes away. I take a deep breath. What must be done has been determined from the start. Alright. Let's go, Sakura. Take a firm grip on my consciousness and leave Sakura's room. There's nothing left. We once made a promise here. We knew it wouldn't come true, but we encouraged each other. I'll do it again now. What was that small hope used for? That's that. The final day's upon us, guys. Hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. But we still got some time to wait. So until then, remember to take care of yourselves, guys, and never be afraid of aging. It seems kind of random, but it was the fear of aging that turned Zokin into such a weird fucking creep, among other things. But yeah, hope you guys have a lovely rest of your week. I will see you all again next time. Take care now.